many words did you write today? Do you know? Warning, today is going to get a little bit nerdy, but it's essential to keep track of your word count. Your word count is your gold star at the end of your writing time that tells you that, yes, you did it. Or maybe it nudges you, oh, do just a few more words to get to that 500 word count bar. So today we're going to talk about how to set up a spreadsheet. So the first step to creating a word count log is to open a spreadsheet. I'm going to demonstrate this in Excel, but of course you can use your spreadsheet of choice. So here I have an opened blank document. Now we're going to add the column headings. In box A1, type day. In box B1, type total manuscript. In box C1, type total journal. And as you do this, you may want to extend the width of your columns. In box D1, skip it. In box E1, type manuscript. In box F1, type journal. Skip box G1, and in H1, type word count. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the days. So in box A2, type the number 1 and hit return. In box A3, type equals A2 plus 1. And when you hit return, it should show the number 2. Now, to avoid all that tedious work of numbering from 1 to 100, we are simply going to copy box A3, and then we're going to go down here. We will go down here to 102, and then we will just simply hit paste. And now we are numbered from day 1 all the way down to, oops, I did an extra one there, to day 100. All right, so that's the easy way of getting that. Now, right here where it says total manuscript, each day, that's where you're going to type in the total number of words in your document. So instead of doing any calculating, we're going to let the spreadsheet do the work for us. So let's say on day 1 you write 500 words. You would simply type 500 in here. On day 2, if you write another 500 words, then your document total will be 1,000. And that is what you will put in for day 2. Now, same thing with your journal. If you write in your journal, you're going to type in, I'll just do the same word count just to show you. If you do 500 words on day 1 and 500 words on day 2, you would have 1,000 words there. Now, the way that I have it typed in right here, it is showing that you have typed 1,000 words a day, but I'm just leaving it that way for the example. So if you're doing the right method, you would have had 3 days before you started your journal. And so let's just do 3 days of typing 500 words. All right, now we have 3 days added in there. Now let's go make it do the math for us. So we're going to go to box E2 and we're going to type equals B2, because on the first day, those are going to be exactly the same. For E3, we're going to type equals B3 minus B2. And again, see how it's showing us that we had another 500 words there? And then we're going to use the same trick we did for the days. We're going to copy E3, box E3, And then we're going to highlight all the way down to day 100 and paste it. And now what you see is that we now have calculated automatically the 500 words we wrote for the first 3 days. Day 4 is showing a negative number, but it's showing us the grand total of what we've written so far, and that will change as you add in day 4's totals, and then everything below that will be 0. Let's do the same thing with the journal. So we're going to come up here to F2, and we are going to type in equals C2, then hit return, and that will put us in box F3, and we put equals C3 minus C2. And basically you can see the colored boxes there. It's telling us which ones it is subtracting. There we go. And then again, our same trick, we just copy that one, we highlight all the way down to day 100, and then paste. And now we have our journal word count for each of the 100 days. And the spreadsheet can do the math to calculate what you have written in both your manuscript and your journal. So let's have it do that. The manuscript writing that you've done and the journal writing that you've done, let's calculate that for your grand total for the day. In box H2, type equals E2 plus F2. And now it's shown us that we have written 1,000 words, 500 in the manuscript and 500 in the journal. And since all we're doing is adding those two, now we just copy that. And now we go all the way down to day 100 and you paste. And what that will do is it will show you now you wrote 500 words in your manuscript, you wrote 500 words in your journal, and your word count is 1,000 words. And this is really nice because you don't always write that much. Maybe you write 333 words in your manuscript and then 246 words in the journal. Now it calculates 579 words. So you can focus on your writing and not on math, and yet you can still know exactly how many words you have written. You can format this any way that you want. You can add shading to the boxes, you can change the column widths if you like. The reason that I left these in the middle is because I like to shade those to add a little bit of separation. To make it look more like that. You could make your word count total a different color if you chose. You can change the fonts. All of those are stylistic choices, but this is how you get it to do the basic math. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this short tutorial was helpful to you, and now you can easily keep track of your word count.